Kia ora koutou from Aotearoa, New Zealand. We're here in Select Committee Room 5, which is also our Women's Select Committee Room, to count the nuclear weapons money. So I'm joined by colleagues from our NGO sector and across the Parliament, and we're going to introduce ourselves and tell you why we're here.
Kia ora, my name's Liz Remerswale and I'm with World Beyond War. And we're here because it's 75 years since the bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki with unimaginable consequences. Who would have thought that nearly 75 years later we've got even more bombs than ever before? It's such a supreme folly. This is what a quote from Arundhati Roy. It is such a supreme folly to believe that nuclear weapons are deadly only if they're used. The fact that they exist at all, their presence in our lives, will wreak more havoc than we can begin to fathom. Nuclear weapons pervade our thinking, control our behaviour, administer our societies, inform our dreams. They bury themselves like meat hooks deep in the base of our brains. They are purveyors of madness. They are the ultimate coloniser. And in the meantime, we are starting to have more joined up thinking. Nuclear weapons are probably far more immediate and dangerous than a threat than climate change is, but they're finally starting to get the attention. And in the latest Extinction Rebellion protests in London, they are seeing XR for peace, making the link between war and militarism and preparation for war, which causes such destruction of this planet and of our ability to use resources for the good of all. The connection will surely grow for the benefit of everyone except for those who profit for war. Finally, the vision for peace of World Beyond War is this. We know that we have achieved peace when the world is safe for all the children. They will play freely out of doors, never worrying about picking up cluster bombs or drones buzzing overhead. There will be good education for all of them as far as they are able to go. Schools will be safe and free from fear. The economy will be healthy, producing useful things rather than those things which destroy, and producing these things in ways that are sustainable. There will be no carbon burning industry and global warming will have been halted. All children will study in peace and will be trained in powerful, peaceful methods of confronting violence. Should it arise at all, they will all learn how to diffuse and resolve conflicts peaceably. When they grow up, they may enlist in Shanti Sena, a peace force that will be trained in civilian-based defence, making their nations ungovernable if attacked by another country or a coup d'etat, and therefore immune from conquest. The children will be healthy because healthcare will be freely available, funded from the vast sums that were once spent on the war machine. The air and water will be clean, soils healthy, and producing healthy food because the funding for ecological restoration will be available from the same source. When we see the children playing, we will see children from many different cultures together at their play because restrictive borders will have been abolished. The arts will flourish, while learning to be proud of their own cultures, their religions, arts, food, tradition, etc. These children will realise that they are citizens of one small planet as well as citizens of their respective countries. These children will never be soldiers, although they may well serve humanity in voluntary organisations or in some kinds of universal service for the common good.
I'm David Carter. I've been a member of the New Zealand Parliament for the last 25 years, and throughout that time I have considered it an absolute waste of money worldwide to spend any resources on nuclear weapons. I'm a strong supporter of the Sustainable Development Goals delivered by the United Nations, and I can pick any of them. Number 1, SDG 1, let's eliminate poverty. Because if people are poor, they haven't got enough food. And in a world of modern communication, people aren't going to live peacefully without food. People are not going to suffer from hunger. So let's put the wasted money that countries spend on nuclear weapons into any of the SDGs. Let's put it into SDG 1 and make a worldwide effort assisted by the United Nations, to eliminate poverty throughout this world.
Kia ora anō, ko Lewis Waller Ho. I'm the Member of Parliament for Marirewa and I've held that role for the last 3 terms. I'm here because I think $1 trillion could be spent in all of the SDGs, as my colleague David Carter has said. I think that this week, UN Disarmament Week, is one where we can come together and use our collective voice to actually talk about the opportunity cost of that $1 trillion. For me, it is about SDG 5, the empowerment of women and girls. And I specifically choose that because I believe fundamentally in the equality between men and women, and I believe fundamentally that our women and girls need to be empowered to make decisions for our own lives, about sexual and reproductive health rights, about education, about whether or not we have children, when we get married, and our full contribution to our societies. So I want to thank everybody involved in using our collective voices to highlight that the $1 trillion we're spending on nuclear weapons is a waste of money, and this love money should go elsewhere, and the SDGs is the right place for those to be distributed.
Tēnā koutou katoa, my name is Peter Nichols. I'm with the United Nations Association of New Zealand. Today I'm wearing the tie of the United Nations Angola Verification Mission, where I served last century in 1991-92 as part of the United Nations peacekeeping force there. I've seen firsthand the impact of civil war, and in particular the impact of mines on the civil community. Today I went around and refreshed myself on all of the 17 goals, and it's very difficult to choose which one as to where I think my money should go to. But I've selected SDG number 15, to sustainably manage forests, combat desertification, halt and reverse land degradation, and halt biodiversity loss. Once we lose species from this planet, we cannot get them back again. Thank you.
So kia ora everybody, happy counting, and we're certainly very pleased to be involved in this counting of wasted nuclear weapons money.
Let's spend wasted money far wiser for the benefit of the world.
Kia ora.